Hey, what's up guys? It is DJ. This is going to be my last video from Germany, at least the one that I'm recording. We've got some new mods to take a look at today. All platforms got 6 new and 2 updates. And PC and Mac players got 1 new and 1 update, totaling 10 mods today. Of course, we're going to look at all the new ones plus customization and review everything that got an update. Starting off with the new ones for all platforms, you have the Lizard Motors Thunder 4x4 Off-Road. This is from Hispano Modding, and it is super exciting to see this. I actually had this on my list of mods to do first looks on whenever I got home from Germany, but hey, it's here, so let's talk about it. We got 300 horsepower on here, manual transmission, 100 liters of fuel, 74 miles an hour, and weighs 4.8 tons. It's also got a 5.5 ton winch on here. We'll show that off. So our first option is going to be the rear hitch. So we have no and option 1, though it does have a rear hitch. It's right there. We also have no and rear 2, option number 2. I'm not quite sure what no means, but no is definitely yes on there. We also have trailer ball hitch, and we also have a pin hitch for trailers, and even a gooseneck, which is super duper cool. We've also got gooseneck number 2, which removes one of those trailer hitches, and then we are back to our first option. So there you go. Now let's go down to engine options. 300 and 600 horsepower. We want 600. Wheel brands, we have a lot of these, and they've got some very neat customization for wheels. So in Michelin, you've got kind of your primary setup with a secondary and a third rim and a fourth rim. Then you have the same rims, but with different tires. And that is going to be exactly the same setup for BKT, Lizard, Nokian, Trelleborg, and Vredestein. Now, some of these you can't change up anything. BKTs, we do have 2 sets of BKT wheels. I believe the Lizards, there's only 1 set. Yep. Nokian, we have 2, but yeah, Ground King, so nothing else matters. And then Trelleborg, I believe we just have the 1 set of wheels in there. Vredestein, I don't remember. Yeah, 1 set there. So lots of really cool stuff through there. Now the exhaust tail, around towards the back again, we have single exhaust on both sides or double. So basically, do you want 2 or 4? Go with 4, obviously. Side air intake, the snorkel on the front, yes or no. We also have the spare wheel. Now this is going to be yes with sticker number 1, 2, 3, and then 4, or no. So you can actually go with yes or no and then choose what you want on it. So that's pretty darn cool. We're going to go with yes and sticker number 2. That looks cool. Roll cage, yes or no. We actually have a top that we could put on this. We're going to show that off here in a minute. So you could use this, you could not use this, whatever. I think it looks cool with it, so I'm going to keep it. Tensile cables, these are around towards the front. I'm not a biggest fan, so we'll leave those on for now at least. Extra lighting, so we have front and top. Our next option is just front or just top or nothing. So we have all of those as options. The winch, we have yes. So this is going to be only front only. Window tinting, of course, 0, 25, 75, and 100. Doesn't look like we have a 50 option. Body, we have the tubular doors. We also have tubular doors with a roof. We have complete doors, and then we have complete doors with the roof. So we're going to go with that to see what all we can do. Side steps, we have, or side stripes rather, yes and no. And then comes the color options. There are so many color options for this. We have the leather color protectors and seat. Here's all your colors for that. Then we have the leather spare wheel, all of those. Then we have the main color itself. There's just so many colors. And the design color, this is going to be all of like your plastic bits on there. Of course, the side stripe color, the motor grille color, so the grille in the front, and then we have rim colors as well. This is a pretty sweet machine, all things considered. I do have the version right here that I'm going to use for the thumbnail, but let's go with this version. We'll cut it on and see what all we can do. So we have Windows roof glass open and window roof glass close. So we can open all those. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. I don't think I've ever seen that before on a mod, so that is super duper cool. We also have a couple options here, so we can move around both of these side mirrors. Very neat. We also have other options here, but as far as I can tell, I'm not quite sure if they actually do anything. Maybe they adjust the mirrors, but oh, well, that's it, isn't it? And then one that I bet you did not see coming. Look at that. Animations on everything. We'll hit the gas. We do not have any animations for the gear shift. Oh, Whoop, just lied, didn't I? We got forwards and reverse. Doesn't look like there's any kind of neutral or anything like that. We'll kind of hit it here. Okay, well, there's plenty of options. I just didn't do a good enough job of checking this out ahead of time. I apologize. So there you go. That is your Thunder 4x4 Off-Road. Next up, we have the AGCO Go-Kart. We have got 1 horsepower on here because I guess one human has 1 horsepower, 24 mile per hour max speed, and it weighs about 200 kilograms. Branding on here. This is the only way to change the colors. We've got Fendt. We also have Massey Ferguson, Challenger. Very cool to see Challenger, Valtra, and then back in again. Because we don't see Challenger much, I'm going to go with that. Then engine setup, we have Go-Kart 40 and 80. However, if you go with 80, it looks like the logos kind of blur out a little bit. Not sure what's going on with that. And then design, we have AGCO, Stripe, or back and forth between those. Those are the only ones. So how about this? Let's put AGCO on the 40. And then let's change this up just a little bit and go 80 and with the Stripe. So that should theoretically go faster. And it's got a higher top speeds. We have to turn it on, but we can slowly squeak along. Can you imagine pedaling something at 24 miles an hour? Oh, dude is just going, man. Dude is going. Oh, that is super funny. Let's go over here. That's a pretty good. Wow. If you want to stop, brakes. The brakes will stop you. Let's go and turn it on again because we have to. And then we are going to take off. This is taking off at about the same speed. But once it hits over about 20 something, then it really goes. This poor dude, it might go 42 miles an hour downhill. So heads up there. Backwards, we're looking at about 6 miles an hour. So at least for me, that's not too fast. Next up, we got the Lizard Golf Cart. I believe this was a mod back in Farming Simulator 19. At least I know we had a golf cart. I don't know if it was the same mod or not. We got 60 horsepower on here, which does seem very high. CVT transmission and 24 miles per hour. Main color, we could change that up. And design color, we could change that up as well. It's going to be your main and your seats. If we go ahead and get ourselves one of these, we could turn it on. But of course, it's electric, so there's not a whole lot we can do. We can honk it, but that is it. Next, we have a brand new brand to the game. This is the Pitts LT48L trailer. This is from Gamer Designs, and it brings a brand new brand into the game. It weighs 9.6 tons. We can do headache rack, yes or no, and we get a color for that. So we'll check that out. Frame color, we've basically got everything. It does start on Onyx, and I think that's a great choice. Then we have the bolster color. Those are going to be on these sides. I think red looks good for those. Headache rack, you know what? Let's go red for that as well. And the rim color, we've got, well, all 3 of the important ones. We'll go with black colors there. Jumping into one of our Mack trucks, we'll back up to it and see if there's anything special that we could do with it or anything like that. We'll also cut on some lights and go from there. So in here, of course, we have all of our standard stuff, and we do have straps. The straps are not going to be through the whole thing, though. We've only got 2 on the front and 2 on the back. All right, next up, new one for all platforms, or next to last rather, is the Placeable Warehouse Objects. This might be one of the coolest mods ever, because this is going to allow you to make your own pallet stacked racks. I'm going to show you how to do it right here. We also have a couple objects as well. We have 3 yellow lines, short, medium, long. We have a bollard, and we have, well, this little guy, whatever that is. Now, this is actually 7 different mods. Check this out. So we're going to go in here. We're going to go into, I believe, it's tools, and then we're going to skip over, and we're going to find these guys. So this right here is the Placeable Warehouse Objects. Oh, goodness. I didn't do good. There's this as well. Put that down, Placeable Warehouse Objects. There's more. I'm so sorry. In tools, we have our pallet rack base, which we've put down. We are going to turn on the free build mode, and now we can easily line up extra ones of these where you want to go right with it, or maybe you want to go to the left with it, whatever. I know I mixed up my right and my left. Or maybe you want to use these without the yellow line down there. Well, you could do that as well. Very simply, there's that, and then we can line that up perfectly. These don't actually snap in. They've just been made perfect to work together. And then we have this, the pallet additional rack. So you can line that up and put it wherever you want. I think that's about right. There we go. We'll we'll see if I actually lined that up. But by doing all of that, you can actually line it up and it looks like it's already where it's supposed to be. See, if you mess it up a little bit, you could do that, but it's also very easy to go in and remove that additional shelf and just go in and fix it. So let's see if I could do that. Oh, overlaps with another object. That's right, gotta keep doing that. You can also use this as kind of something interesting. So if you want to put a middle rack beside something, or maybe you want to turn it and do something kind of weird, you can do it if you want to, and that's totally fine. Let's see if I can go under there. Oh yeah, and we have the electric charging station, of course. And lastly, we have our garage with shed. We have a 4-bay shed right here. Very simple design on the inside, and then we have little area right here where we can turn on all of our lights. Can open them from the inside or the outside, making it super easy. And then we have a drive-through area in the outside. I think this will be very, very good for role-playing if you guys want to use it for that. Jumping over to our mod updates for all platforms, the very first one is going to be the Tractor Triangle Pack version 1.1. They've got 6 new weights, as well as the Armor Trek 450 kg, the John Deere Triangle weight, Deutz weight, Sauer SB 400, Self-Made 400, and Self-Made 1000 kg. They also have some XML fixes, and the triangles combine into the store item with configuration options. Super cool. And your only other update today for all platforms is the Flower Pots Pack version 1.1. They've added Bought with Farmland tag to every object to solve selling issues in multiplayer. That's a great thing. They've also updated the current description version. Jumping over to PC and Mac mods, we got a new one for you. This is Changing Wages. Work has to be worth it. Unfortunately, the job market is very competitive. With this mod, wages on the labor market change every day at 6 a.m. in-game. Everything is possible, from starvation wages to becoming a millionaire. Individual adjustments are possible. And your one mod update for PC and Mac players today is the Regent Terrakan R4 500 version 1.1 can be detached when it folds. And that is it. That is the last video that I'm recording here in Hanover, Germany. I've had an awesome time, but I miss you guys. I'm so ready to be back home. I am traveling probably by the time you're watching this, so hang tight. Monday morning, we are going to be back to normal. Thanks for hanging in there with me, and I've got a super awesome after show vlog for you guys that hopefully release in about a week or so, so stay tuned for that. Otherwise, just hope you have a great day. We'll see you guys on Monday.